coming up on the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Chris Walker. I'll show you if local retailers are worried about their end-of-year sales.
And I'm Kelsey Richards. If you're looking for holiday gifts, you may not have to look any farther than right here in Chapel Hill.
And in sports, the last time these two teams met, a national championship was on the line. This time, bragging rights. I'll tell you how the new look heels measured up.
Plus, has the rain we've gotten helped ease the drought? Weathercaster Rob Ellis is here with our forecast. Stay tuned. You're watching Carolina Week.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday, November 30th edition of Carolina Week. I'm Tara Higgerson.
And I'm Lydia Garlikov. We go first to weathercaster Rob Ellis with a quick look at how much a difference the recent rains have made with the drought. Rob?
Lydia, students were enjoying the beautiful sunshine Wednesday after a few rainy days, but the question on everyone's mind is whether or not all the rain helped to relieve the drought. With the recent rainfall, many of us put on our raincoats and pulled out our umbrellas. The area got so much rain that most of it didn't even seep into the ground. Orange Water and Sewer Authority spokesman Ed Holland says University Lake should now begin to fill up. He says the precipitation did help bring some relief to the area.
The stream flow is more or less normal for this time of the year, but it hasn't been normal for the past 3 or 4 months. So we're heading in the right direction, and our rainfall for November, which is almost over now, is almost normal for the community.
And coming up later in the newscast, Lydia, I'll tell you more about how much rain we got and how far we still have to go to make up this year's rain deficit.
Thanks, Rob. Though the rain is a welcome change for many, unfortunately it kept a lot of people from hitting Franklin Street to do their early shopping. Chris Walker joins us in the newsroom with more. Chris?
Lydia, we've certainly needed the rain, but now the holiday shopping season is off to a soggy start.
Franklin Street shoppers reached for umbrellas instead of gifts during a rainy kickoff to the first week of the year-end shopping season. As a result, a few local retailers faced low turnouts on Monday and Tuesday, though some shoppers still braved the elements to browse for bargains. Business school professor of finance James Smith says local consumers might be holding out for more favorable conditions.
Probably people wanting good weather and waiting to hear what's the most amazing bargain out there.
The shopping season revved into high gear across the nation the day after Thanksgiving, or Black Friday. A survey by the National Retail Federation estimates weekend sales to be 22% higher than last year. Shrunken Head boutique owner Shelton Henderson says he's pleasantly surprised with his store's performance. Stores like his, not in large shopping centers, can face challenges attracting large crowds.
We are sort of isolated off a little bit being on Franklin Street. We sort of take what we get off of Franklin Street like a game in town. We're very noticeable about that.
And Smith says neither wet weather nor tight budgets will totally keep shoppers away.
You know, the American way is shop till you drop and fall to the floor, then rest for a while, pick yourself up and go shop some more.
With rain clearing on Wednesday and only 3 shopping weekends left before Christmas Eve, retailers throughout Chapel Hill are ready for business.
The National Retail Federation is predicting an increase in total holiday spending, Lydia, 6% higher than last year.
Chris Walker in the newsroom. Thanks, Chris.
For a business struggling to find a loan to open its doors, Carrboro is the place to go. The town acts as sort of a bank of last resort for businesses that were previously denied by 2 other banks. The business must create 1 job for every $10,000 it borrows to qualify for the loan program. Carrboro's Community Economic Development Director, James Harris, says the loan program even brings in business that don't need the help.
It's an excellent economic development tool because it allows us to attract people to Carrboro whether they qualify for the fund or not. Once they're in the building, I get an opportunity to show them that Carrboro really supports small businesses, and I show them the resources that are available to them.
Carrboro has funded more than 20 businesses in 20 years, including Weaver Street Market and the Cat's Cradle. In 2002, Carrboro introduced a new form of currency to help support local businesses. Reporter Ada Wilson has an update about how well that initiative is going.
The exchange of money has become a common feature of American society. But in Carrboro, there's an alternative to spending a dollar. The Piedmont Local Economy Tender, also known as the Plenty, represents up to $10 US. It encourages doing business with local vendors and helps develop the local economy. Weaver Street Market was the first business to accept the Plenty, and managers say overuse of the Plenty in the store is beginning to become a problem.
Over time, what happened was Weaver Street Market ended up having most of the Plenty, it seemed.
And this caused problems for other members working with the Plenty.
The currency isn't doing what it needs to do. It needs to be out there, encouraging people to use it at other local businesses.
But putting it into action isn't always that easy.
In order for the currency to work, it needs to be put into circulation. That's where members of the NC Plenty come in. Volunteer organizations behind the Plenty are encouraging business owners to not only accept the Plenty as a form of currency, but also to use it for their business needs.
And the more people use the Plenty, the more other consumers will become knowledgeable about the currency.
I have heard about the Plenty, and I see it at the registers here too, but I don't exactly know what it is.
But with the help of Weaver Street Market, the Plenty still has time to grow. In Carrboro, I'm Ada Wilson, Carolina Week.
The NC Plenty Corporation plans to have the Plenty in full circulation by 2012.
Each year, the Medical Auxiliary hosts a holiday bazaar at the UNC Children's Hospital. Wednesday marked the 7th year of the event. Hundreds of people shopped the hospital lobby as vendors offered a variety of items, including homemade crafts, gift cards, children's books, and women's clothing. The invitation station is just one of the 41 vendors that showed up this year to jumpstart holiday sales. The event had a bigger turnout than any other year and raised $2,600 to benefit the Children's Hospital. The Carolina Wishing Tree, a program that donates gifts to kids, just kicked off its third annual event. The gifts go to kids and teenagers at North Carolina's Children's Center, Hargraves Community Center, and participants in the Campus-Wise Big Buddy program. Here's how it works. The wishing tree you see here is adorned with stars that specify certain gifts. Pay a visit to the wishing tree, take a star, and buy the gift, bringing it back to the pit. Volunteers will be in the pit between 10 and 2 through December 8th.
With the holidays right around the corner, one website is making it easier for you to keep in touch with friends and family overseas for free. Skype is an internet-based telephone company that allows its users to make international calls for free. All you have to do is download the software. Skype stresses that its service is absolutely safe and its calls are crystal clear. The company also offers another program called Skype Out, which allows you to make a call from a computer to a phone for 23 cents per minute. Skype is also able to offer this service as a free peer-to-peer software. All the company asks in return is that you tell your friends about the service.
One company that certainly has people talking is Wachovia, after it signed an 8-year, $9.1 million deal that brings permanent advertising to UNC athletic venues for the first time in university history. John Sweeney is a sports marketing expert in UNC School of Journalism and joins us from his office in Carroll Hall. Now, Professor Sweeney, why did UNC pursue this sponsorship?
Oh, money. The need for money with 28 sports, the need for money with facilities, and the upkeep of facilities. There is a hunger for revenue in athletic departments across the country.
The agreement means Wachovia signs are now in the Dean Dome on 2 of the 4 video boards and along the LED screen below the scorer's table. Non-permanent signs will also go up in Boshamer Stadium, Carmichael Auditorium, and Fetzer Field, while electronic messages will go on the video board at Keenan Stadium. That's a lot of exposure. Will Wachovia get its money's worth?
If you look at the world of sports marketing, accountability is the major issue. And the means of accountability will be determined years from now according to standards that both of them have set that I'm not aware of. But you can rest assured that that is the critical issue when companies are asked to put money down.
All right, Professor John Sweeney from Carroll Hall. For students without a car, getting somewhere on campus isn't that hard. But when you need that back seat for groceries or shopping bags, what do you do?
Well, after the break, we'll show you how the university is helping students get around.
Throughout my career as a coach, I've lived by the simple axiom that behind every individual success story is a team. The success of Durham Public Schools does not depend on one of us, but all of us. Through community involvement and support, we can take a giant step in helping our children achieve their hopes and dreams. You're going to walk with me, and I'm going to help you to be that great soccer player.
Can I take your order, please?
Yeah. Hi, could I get a number 2 with a lemonade, please?
Could you make that a number 5 and make it a chocolate shake?
Number 5 with a chocolate shake.
What are you doing?
I'm ordering for you.
No, actually, I'd like a number 2
with a chocolate shake.
With a lemonade, actually. Sir, could you please stop that?
I just wanted to order a number 5 with a chocolate shake.
I'd really like you
All
to
right,
stop
lady.
I'd like you to stop it.
No.
Since 1973, 123 people have been taken off death row after being found innocent of crimes they were originally found guilty of. The Young Democrats think they shouldn't have been on death row in the first place. Monday night, the group hosted a panel discussion about the death penalty. Guest speaker Alan Gell was freed after facing the death penalty for murder he didn't commit. He shocked the audience with stories of the prosecution's mishandling of his case. House member and defense attorney Rick Glazer also talked about flaws of the justice system. Friday, North Carolina is slated to hold the 1,000th execution since the reinstatement of capital punishment in 1976. In lighter news, UNC students will leave campus for winter break soon, and Davina Van Buren shows us they now have one more way to get home.
Zipcar, a national car-sharing company, now has cars on the UNC campus. Members have access to several cars parked on campus, which they reserve on the company's website or by phone up to a year in advance. UNC student Dylan Sabo uses Zipcar to participate in off-campus outreach programs.
If you just need a car for a little bit, it's a very convenient sort of thing, and they pay for gas and maintenance and everything like that, so it's just something that is available to you when you need it.
But Zipcars aren't just for getting to work.
Especially if you don't need a car on, say, a daily basis, but every couple of weeks or once a week, just to run some errands or whatever. I think it is a very convenient sort of thing.
The cars feature the latest technology like card scan entry and XM satellite radio.
Zipcar is a great idea for those who are concerned about the environment. They use environmentally friendly vehicles like the Volkswagen Beetle, hybrids, and the newest addition to the Chapel Hill fleet, the Toyota Matrix.
Zipcar representative Timothy Kuntz says that with hourly rates, this is too good a deal to pass up.
So you can, rent it for an hour, pay $5. If you're running out of gas along the way, it's on us, and everything's covered with it.
The company plans to put more Zipcars on campus and throughout the country in the future.
We want the Chapel Hill community to be able to go where they want, when they want to go there. And nationally, basically the same thing.
In Chapel Hill, I'm Davina Van Buren, Carolina Week.
For more information about Zipcar and car sharing, log on to our website, carolinaweek.org.
Zipcars might come in handy for December graduates during their job hunts. One of the biggest problems December graduates face is the low number of employers hiring this time of the year. But that doesn't mean December graduates should stop searching. There are a variety of options graduates can take advantage of before and even after graduation. Tim Stiles is the Associate Director of the University Career Services, and he says the university is still holding job presentations, career fairs, and networking nights. He says if a senior doesn't find a job right after graduation, he or she shouldn't let being at home prevent them from using Carolina services.
Our counselors will work with the student, set up phone appointments, and do a lot of emailing back and forth of attachments, whatever it takes. Students should not let distance get in the way of their job search and working with our counselors.
Stiles pointed out that there are a variety of websites to help students in their job search. UCS services are free up to 6 months after graduation. An even more immediate concern is students passing their exams. Exam time means many students spending many of their nights in places like this, the undergraduate library. Many students are trading sleep for study time, healthy food for fast food, and water for coffee. All this adds up to stress. It not only affects studying, it's also bad for your health. And here are some signs of stress. Your heart rate and blood pressure might increase and your digestion might slow down. You might suffer from headaches, fatigue, and nausea. Your neck and shoulders are likely to be sore, and you might find it difficult to concentrate. You could also find yourself depressed or anxious. So here are some things you can do to cope with stress. Take some time out for yourself, even if it's only 10 minutes. Get some sleep. You'll be able to concentrate better. Don't drink coffee so you can get that sleep. And remember your food pyramid, and talk to a family member or a friend about any problems you might be having. You can visit our website at carolinaweek.org for more information and to take a stress test. With final exams less than 2 weeks away, students are already hitting the books, and there are a few places you might not know about that make good study spots. If you prefer sitting outside, the new Unsung Founders Memorial on McCorkle Place might be the place for you, but if it's too cold, the Park Library and the Journalism School is usually not very crowded. And the gallery and the Student Union also offers sunny and relaxing way to get some work done.
Yes, so Rob Ellis is here with our weather. I know I couldn't get any work done yesterday, or Tuesday. I was soaked.
I know all that rain was too much for my umbrella to handle, but I know it was much needed.
Yeah, we really did need that rainfall, but we do have a few dry days ahead, so put away your umbrellas, but watch where you step. Traces of the rain that fell during the past few days are still around.
We will have more, and I'll let you know after the break what you can expect.
There's a vacation village near Orlando that's unlike any other. It's called Give Kids the World. It brings a week of joy to children with life-threatening illnesses, and it's absolutely free for their families. Call Give Kids the World or log on, and please, help give them a time to remember.
So, Mom, what if something happens? Should I stay where I am and wait for you, or go to Grandma's house since it's closer?
There's no reason not to have a plan in case of a terrorist attack.
Is there a place we all meet? If the phone doesn't work, how will I tell you I'm there?
And one extremely good reason why you should.
What should I do?
Talk to your family about what you would do in case of an emergency. For more information, go to www.ready.gov.
Well, welcome back to Carolina Week. I'm weathercaster Rob Ellis. We start out with our weather headlines, and the sun has finally returned to Chapel Hill after a few days of rain showers, and it looks like we're going to get into a pattern of clear skies, but our temperatures are going to remain cool as we're heading into December. But we've seen that rainfall, and that's very welcome news as we were able to relieve some of our drought. Let's take a look at the numbers out at Raleigh-Durham International Airport. On Sunday, we picked up 0.6 of an inch of rain as that warm front moved through, and that's why those temperatures came way up. That carried over into Monday as we picked up another 0.4 of an inch, but the rain slackened off until the cold front came through on Tuesday, and that's when we picked up over 0.5 an inch of rainfall. So this is very welcome news, and as that system pushes out, we can see it on the satellite map. Here's the system exiting stage right, and behind it you see nothing but clear skies. If we go to our zoomed in southeast satellite map, you'll be able to see that over our area we have very clear skies. We're kind of sharing those Carolina blue skies with the rest of the southeast, and on radar you see much of the same with not a shower in sight, and that's going to be the case for the next few days. If we bring it back out to the surface map, you'll be able to see that as this system pushes off the coast, we're going to have some high pressure that's going to build in place, and that means that our skies are going to be clear. But we do have a system that may move through. You see it here in the west that's going to be moving through possibly by the weekend, and that's going to give us a slight chance for some showers. You'll be able to see that in the 4-day forecast. We'll start out on Friday. Clear skies are going to be the order of the day for Friday. It's going to be beautiful, but the temperature is right about where they should be, 52 and 31 for your low. And as we move into Saturday, just a slight chance of some showers, so we do have some rainfall in the forecast, 54 for your high and overnight low. It's going to be a little bit warmer than it has been with those clouds in the area, so 39. We'll do the same thing on Sunday, temperature of about 53. Flip those numbers around and you'll have the low temperature at 35. We'll clear those clouds out, though, by the beginning of the last week of classes for Monday, and your temperature will be 51 but a chilly overnight low for 29. Now here at Carolina Week, we cover from the mountains to the sea. Let's start out at the sea, and we'll see that your weekend is not going to be great for the beach area, but temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s with some clouds and perhaps some showers. Those showers are going to be down there at the beach as well. Lows overnight in the low 50s to upper 40s. And if we head the other way, we'll hike over to the mountains, and you'll be able to see that our high temperature for Saturday, 51, overnight low of around 38 with some partly cloudy skies on Saturday, but into Sunday, again, that chance for rainfall. And Lydia and Tara, I know that you're very happy to finally hear that our 2005 hurricane season officially ends November 30th, and this one has been one for the record books. We've had 26 named storms. That's the most named storms that we've ever seen in one year, with 13 hurricanes and 7 major hurricanes. We're finally done with this one. We can close the book on it.
Wow, it certainly has been a very busy season. Thankfully, North Carolina was lucky enough not to get hit too hard. Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Well, Heather Catlin's here with our sports. I know one Carolina Tar Heel team wasn't quite so lucky Tuesday night, though, were they?
That's right. Well, we didn't have the same results of last year's national championship, let's say, but we did have some players really step up and show us that they can play the game. But first, coming up on Carolina Week Sports, David Noel was one and Rudy Rudiger was another. Find out what these players have in common and just what it takes to be a walk-on.
Mama pops are berserking again while I'm burning up in the furnace and searching for the explanation for what I did to deserve to get deserted and then repeatedly beaten in the face with my worthlessness. No sense of purpose, it got drowned, and I doubt if you were to open my mind and step inside it right now you could even feel what I'm talking about, cause for the pain in my veins the words can't explain and the hate is mounting and I can't contain it. I'm bound to break out in the days I'm counting and I'm sick of the shouting, man. I'm about to just
Animal cruelty, human violence. Break the connection.
When Charles Bennett graduated from high school, he dreamed of returning to his old neighborhood as a teacher. But without the money for college, only half his dream came true. He's back in the old neighborhood. Please support the United Negro College Fund. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Welcome to Carolina Week Sports, and just like David Noel said, we're not defending anything because they can't take it away from us. We're still national champions. It's only been 209 days since Carolina and Illinois played for the national championship. Many things have changed for both teams. Sports reporter Brian Allen tells us more.
While playing in their first game against a ranked opponent, the new-look Heels relied on senior David Noel to carry them through the first half. Noel scored all 12 of his points in the first 20 minutes as Carolina was tied with the Illini at 35 at half. But when Noel struggled later, the freshman stepped up. Tyler Hansborough had a monster game with 17 points and 3 blocks. Marcus Ginyard added 14 more, including the longest two-pointer he's ever made to pull Carolina to within 2 late in the game. After a foul, Bobby Fraser couldn't hang on to the rebound, putting the ball back in Illinois' hands and sealing the game.
I don't enjoy losing, and we're not going to make excuses. I screwed it up, and we'd like to have made a few more shots, but they really did play awfully hard.
Head coach Roy Williams believes the lack of experience made all of the difference between last year's victory and this year's defeat.
As long as we keep competing as hard as we are and get better, we've got to execute better, we've got to get better defensively, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
From Chapel Hill, I'm Brian Allen, Carolina Week Sports.
The women's basketball team returned home Tuesday night after 2 games in Cancun, Mexico. During Thanksgiving break, the Tar Heels continued their non-conference play against UNC Asheville. Carolina played sloppy early on. This turnover was just 1 of 13 in the first half. The Bulldogs took advantage and kept the game close. But Orlana Larkins took over inside. This was 2 of her 13 points. In the second half, Carolina turned up the defense and attacked the Bulldogs. Latoya Pringle finished this fast break and ended up with 13 points. Carolina took the lead and won by 40. We have more than just one Rudy Rudiger on our football team. These 4 seniors joined their freshman year as walk-ons and through hard work earned the ultimate reward.
Tom O'Leary, Justin Phillips, Linwood Williams, and Wallace Wright. They joined Carolina football as freshman walk-ons and now are scholar athletes. Head coach John Bunting says only about 50% of the walk-ons stay all 4 years, And the chances of getting a scholarship as a walk-on, he put it simply.
It's hard to do.
So why did these 4 guys stick it out on the practice field and in this weight room, often as early as 6 a.m.? They all agree it was for one reason.
You go out there and you work hard, and hopefully you get a shot to play at some point.
Every walk-on hopes to get a scholarship and someday play. I mean, everybody wants to play Division I football, and what better place than the University of North Carolina?
Phillips says they had to earn playing time before they could even think about scholarship money. He says they did that by earning the trust of their teammates and coaches.
As a walk-on, you're going to be put behind the scholarship just because they got a lot invested in the guys. And once you gain the coach's trust, then things really get going for you, I think.
They worked hard as walk-ons, and Bunting says he's happy to give them what they deserve.
To reward them their senior year is really fun for me to be able to do, so I'm really happy for those kids. They're great kids, and they're all going to graduate. They've all made big contributions to our football program.
Williams says they'll be remembered for more than just their commitment to the team.
Hard work is basically what we all can be remembered from.
Well, the football team is finished for the season, but the men's soccer team is still going strong. On Saturday at 1 o'clock, the Heels will host the Mustangs of Southern Methodist at Fetzer Field. The Heels have never played SMU, and a win would send Carolina to the College Cup, the soccer's version of the Final Four in Cary. Well, guys, the soccer team the last time they went to the College Cup was in 2001 when they won the national championship.
Ooh, we'll have to keep our eye on that one.
And we've got the game here Saturday at 1 o'clock?
Yep.
Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Thanks.
As the holiday season approaches, you might still be searching for the perfect gift for a Tar Heel.
We'll show you some great gift ideas you can find close to campus.
Hey, there are a lot of ways we can help our community. Spending our money in Orange County, whether it's filling up the car or shopping at local businesses, helps maintain our roads, improves our children's schools, and creates jobs. Spending your money locally helps us all in a big way. So remember, shop Orange first.
If you have a story idea, contact Carolina Week at 843-8292. You can also visit us online at carolinaweek.org. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNCCH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599.
Toy stores will be crowded from now until December 25th, with parents trying to fill their young children's wish lists.
But what's on the Carolina students' holiday wish list? Reporter Kelsey Richards has the story.
Franklin Street, one of the busiest streets in Chapel Hill, filled with shops to find presents for the holiday season in all different price brackets. Missy Julian Fox, the owner of Julian's on Franklin Street, says even though their products tend to be more on the expensive side, they're worth the buy for Carolina students. After all, they were rated the #1 place to buy a gift for a man by the Chapel Hill Herald in 2005.
There is nothing, it seems, that someone treasures more than a gift of clothing.
If you're in the market for a less expensive gift, Paint the Earth offers a more affordable approach of painting your own pottery for a personal gift. Owner Barry Slope says that it's a fun way to make a gift.
It's a great date opportunity. It's a whole lot of fun, whether you're alone or you're with friends. We have lots of families, lots of groups, corporate team building events.
If your budget is on ice this holiday season, stop into Cold Stone Creamery for a bite of your favorite ice cream at a great price. Other great gifts for college students include items at the Shrunken Head Boutique, like Carolina Christmas items, and national championship gear, which you can also find at the student stores. The student stores also has a section of books that were written by UNC graduates. In Chapel Hill, I'm Kelsey Richards, Carolina Week.
Those surely are some great ideas. What are you looking for on your wish list?
Hopefully I will be getting a digital camera. I lost mine a little while ago, and I would like a food processor. I like kitchen items.
There you go. I'm sure lots of people have things like that on their list. But also don't forget about that Carolina wishing tree in the pit for students and individuals that are a little less fortunate this holiday season.
It's great for that holiday spirit. Give a gift for someone else.
That's right.
So that's going to do it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good evening.